Welcome back. Today's story is about a young man whose thoughts were heavier than his life itself, but everything changed. Because of a path covered in falling leaves, Eshan was a 22-year-old who lived in a quiet village near a slow-moving river. He struggled with overthinking and a constant feeling of heaviness in his heart. His mind felt like a crowded marketplace, where every voice was shouting at the same time memories of yesterday, fears of tomorrow, and worries he could not control. Because of this storm inside, he couldn't rest, couldn't make decisions, and sometimes couldn't even breathe normally. He woke up tired, ate without tasting food, and fell asleep only when exhaustion defeated him. The people around him thought he was quiet, but inside he was drowning in his own thoughts. Eshan often sat beside the river, watching the water drift past him. He wished his thoughts could flow like that, too calm, gentle, and without resistance. But every time he tried to relax, another worry appeared. He felt trapped inside a mind that refused to slow down. One evening, after another day of battling his own thoughts, Eshan whispered to himself, "Why does my heart feel so heavy when nothing in my life is truly wrong?" He didn't have an answer, but he knew he couldn't continue like this. One morning, Eshan overheard two farmers talking beside the village tea stall. They spoke about an old woman who lived on a small hill at the edge of the village Ante Myra, a woman whose presence was said to be calming, like the shade of a large tree. "She helps people understand themselves," one farmer said. "She doesn't give medicine, only wisdom," the other added. Something inside Eshan stirred, a small spark of hope. That afternoon, he gathered enough courage to walk to the hill where the old woman lived. The path was quiet, lined with bamboo trees that made soft rattling sounds in the breeze. When he reached her small clay house, he found Auntie Myra sitting outside, cutting vegetables, her hands steady and slow. She looked up at him, smiled gently, and said, "I was waiting for you." Eshan froze. How did you know I was coming?" She laughed softly. "When someone's heart is loud, the whole world can hear it." Her words pierced through him, and suddenly he felt truly seen for the first time in a long while. Eshan sat with her, and soon his emotions spilled out. He told her about his restless mind, his sleepless nights, his endless worries. Auntie Myra listened without interrupting, without judging, and without hurrying. When he was done, she simply nodded and said, "I understand. Your mind is full, but not full of what you think." Eshan frowned. "Then what is it full of?" She didn't answer directly. Instead, she stood up slowly and said, "Come, there is something I want you to do." Auntie Myra led Eshan to a narrow path behind her house. The entire path was covered with dry, fallen leaves, hundreds of them crisp and fragile. She handed him a small woven basket. "Walk from one end of the path to the other," she said, "and collect only the leaves that fall directly in your way as you walk." Eshan looked confused, but didn't question her, began walking. With every step, a few leaves fell from the trees, above some drifting onto his arms, some onto the path right before his feet. He picked up every leaf that fell in his path and gently placed it into the basket. As he continued, the wind grew slightly stronger and more leaves began falling, swirling around him, landing near him, landing far away. Eshan hesitated. Should he pick the leaves that fell a little to the side, or only the ones directly in front of him? He remembered her instructions. Only the leaves that fall directly in your way. So he ignored the ones falling all around him and focused only on what fell in front of him as he walked. By the time he reached the end of the path, his basket was only half full, not overloaded, not empty. He walked back to Auntie Myra and placed the basket beside her. She asked only one question. Was the walk difficult? Eshan thought for a moment. At first I was confused. I kept thinking about all the other leaves falling everywhere. I thought maybe I should grab them too, but once I focused only on the leaves directly in front of me, the walk became easier. Peaceful, actually. Auntie Myra smiled knowingly. Good. Now sit. It's time for your lesson. Auntie Myra lifted the basket and gently shook it. These are the leaves that truly belong to your journey, she said. Not the ones that fell far away. Not the ones that weren't meant for your step. Only the ones directly in your path. She looked at Eshan with warm, wise eyes. You see, child, your mind is filled with leaves that do not belong to you. You pick up problems that are not yours. You think about futures you haven't lived. You replay moments that are already gone. You worry about things that are far from your actual path. She paused and added softly, "That is why your mind feels so heavy." Eshan felt something shift inside him, like a quiet door opening. She continued, "Life only puts a few leaves in your path each day, just a few. But your mind is trying to pick every leaf falling in the whole forest, and no one is strong enough to carry that." Auntie Mira placed a hand on the basket. "If you focus only on the leaves that life puts directly in front of you, only the tasks of the moment, only the problems that are truly yours, your journey becomes lighter and finally peaceful." Eshan felt tears gather in his eyes. It was such a simple explanation, yet it felt like he was hearing the truth of his life for the first time. He whispered, "So, I don't have to think about everything?" She laughed gently. "No one said you must. You only need to think about what belongs to this moment. The rest, let the wind carry them away." The walk home felt different for Eshan. The air felt lighter. His breath felt deeper. For the first time in a long while, he wasn't wrestling with thoughts that didn't belong to him. He looked at the trees, at the river, at the quiet village, and everything felt softer. That night, he slept early. It's not because he was exhausted, but because, for the first time, his mind allowed him to rest. In the days that followed, whenever he felt overwhelmed, he remembered the path of falling leaves, and he asked himself, "Is this leaf really in my path? Or is it falling somewhere else in the forest?" Most of the time, he realized the worry wasn't truly his to carry in. He let it fall away. The villagers noticed the change. Eshan smiled more. He breathed more slowly. He even laughed again. The heaviness in his chest did not disappear in one day, but it grew lighter, one moment at a time, and he finally understood. Life is not meant to be carried all at once. Only what falls gently in your path belongs to you. The rest, the wind take it. What an incredible lesson about letting go. Sometimes the heaviest burdens we carry are the ones we were never meant to pick up in the first place. If you find yourself struggling with the weight of overthinking, please know you're not alone. Seeking support from a friend, a family member, or a mental health professional can make all the difference. There is strength in asking for help. If this story resonated with you, please share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories that inspire and heal. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.